good? Okay. All right. Good win for us. One, I just want to thank our crowd. I thought, sometimes these 9 o'clock games, they're not easy, past people's bedtimes. And our crowd, every game this year, they've showed out in a big way. And for me, I just thought it was a great team effort. Really good response. To hold them to 33%. I think that's tied our season low for an opposing team. A bunch of different guys stepped up. I thought the bench gave good energy, good minutes. We're going to need more of that. And it was a good win. I thought it was great to get a win without necessarily playing our best on offense. And credit them with some of that. And then I thought we also missed some shots. But great to get our 8th conference win, 17 overall. And we got to keep building. So I'll take any questions.
John, with Flip, kind of where do you see him after the last 2 games? Where the last one was a tough matchup. Today, I saw you talking to him during a timeout, and he said you were trying to help him, I guess, not get too frustrated. Kind of where do you think things are with him after the last couple games?
Yeah, we need him to be better, and he's hard on himself, and he wants to be better. And look, he still has 5 offensive rebounds. He's 2 points away and a rebound away from having a double-double. But the standard that I have for him and he has for himself, he knows he can be better. And look, I know you say tough matchup, but he's a tough matchup no matter what. And so we got to get him going. And we have to help him. I have to help him. We have to keep him out of foul trouble. That's clearly a thing that every team tries to do, is go at him to try to get fouls. And we have to learn and adjust from that. I mean, we won the game by 19 points when he's in there, but he's only in there for half the game. And so that's something we have to figure out.
John, you went deeper in your bench a little faster tonight, it seemed like. I think 5 guys were off the bench in the first 10 minutes of the game. Was that by design, trying to force a response, or what led to that?
I wouldn't have done that if those guys hadn't been having great attitudes, working their butts off every day in practice. Like they've been ready. But the other thing, I felt we paced. I thought we got into a thing Saturday where we paced and didn't play every play. And that's the expectation. To win these games, you have to play every play. You have to go to the boards. For us to have 16 offensive rebounds, our guys made a conscious effort to do that. And we have good players. So I don't care who you are in our team. If you're out there not impacting the ball on defense and not being in a stance and going to the boards, then we're going to get somebody in who can. And I thought tonight was a great example of that, and we got to keep doing that.
John, I guess this kind of comes as a natural follow-up. What has Sean Stewart's progress been like, and what's his approach been? Sometimes it seems like it's moving too fast, and other times he really makes an impact like tonight.
Yeah, Sean, I thought tonight he just threw himself into competing. And, he's still learning the game and he's still developing his skill level and all that. But he's got a great competitive edge. He's got great athletic ability. He has terrific defensive versatility. And, I thought in the beginning was a great example. He's mad at himself. He misses the 2 free throws. And it was next play mentality. He comes down a couple possessions later, gets the block and the dunk. We don't have anybody that can do that. So he just, and the other thing, it's, I wish you guys could see what he does in practice, because he works on, he's got a great attitude, but he works on all the things that he needs to do in order to play and to play well. And he's embraced that. And a lot of times as a young player, you think about always, how can you work with the ball in your hands? And so much of the game is not with the ball in your hands. And we have a team. We can score, so we need the other things. And so he's attacked that every single day. A few hours before the game, he was in here doing that. And I'm proud of him for the effort that he gave, but also the lift. I mean, we needed it. It came at a key time.
John, another Flip question. He picks up his 3rd foul early in the second half, and you leave him in. He responds with 7 or 8 of the best minutes he's played in a long time. Was that a conscious attempt on your part to show some confidence in him, help him jumpstart his game?
Well, at some point he has to play through that. And, I've played and coached under Coach K, so I'm aggressive when it comes to playing guys with fouls. I haven't done that as much with Flip just because he's been so foul prone. But I thought it was a great turning point for him tonight to be able to play through that foul trouble. And he was in the game and did a good job. He didn't pick up his fourth until later. And so I think hopefully that can give him some confidence. And also where he can play through having 2 fouls in the first half if that happens again. And having 3 fouls early in the second half. So, yeah, that's something we're always going to look to do.
John, you mentioned after the Carolina loss, you guys gave up like 15 to 20 points just based off of being out hustled and
Yep.
them having more energy. I was hoping you could give an assessment of how you guys kind of bounced back in that department tonight. Maybe how many points that made the difference in this victory.
Yeah, no, it's. I thought it was a good response, and the thing that I liked, it didn't mean we were perfect because there were a couple plays. Look, they had 13 offensive rebounds, so still, it's far from perfect. But there was more of a. We were more alert to go for the ball, and then they're a physical, hungry team, and so they came up with some of them. But it was the right step. Is it where I want it to be? No. Absolutely not. But it was a good response and the right step, and we got to get better with that. Just every day we have to get better, and I thought today was a good response. We give up 10 points from turnovers in the first half. We haven't, the last 2 games, that's been uncharacteristic of who we've been. But the turnovers and then the 50-50 balls, we need to take another jump with that on Saturday.
When Coach K was here, he was known for tactics after he felt his team didn't have the best of efforts in games. Between Saturday and tonight, what tactics do you feel you deployed at practice to get the best effort out of your group tonight?
I mean, look, it's for me, I was anxious to hit our team right away, and Sunday's an off day, and for me it was important to bring them in as early as we could on Monday, and I didn't want to wait until practice at 2. We brought them in early, had a very honest, heartfelt meeting, I guess you could call it that, and they had a great response. Usually we have a scout team usually, and on Monday we just went blue versus white. We had our 10 guys that can play, go against each other, sub different groups in there, see who wanted it. Good part as a coach, I've told you guys this before, they always respond. This group always responds, and Monday was no exception. I thought the competitive edge that we had brought out some things in us, and thought that was a good step. But for me, Monday was one of those old school Duke days that we needed.
They kept their practice jerseys.
We're not going back to those days. Sometimes there's things you do as a player, you felt as a player, where you carry that on, and then there's other things where you say, all right, I'm not going to put them through that because that was, I don't know what that. Anyway, that's for another day.
Coach, down the stretch of the first half in the last 5 or 6 games, y'all have been outscored. How do you combat that, and what do you maybe attribute that to?
It's a key point, and I wish I had the answer for you because we've talked a lot about it, and it's a difference of, not to say it's not a game, but you have a chance when you have these leads. I mean, literally, except for the Carolina game, we had a lead in the first half, and so you get a chance to stretch it. It's something we've been doing. We've done so well over the years here, but even earlier in the season, we were closing half stronger, and we have to figure it out. I wish I had the answer for you right now, but we've talked about it. We've worked on it. At some point here, we just need to just translate it, and by some point, I hope that's Saturday, because it can come back to bite you in these games.
John, I know Marcus Burton's got a really high usage rate, and he still had 19 points on 18 shots. What did you see defensively from your guards that impressed you with how they were able to not contain him, but not let him go off necessarily?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Burton. He's going to score just because how many shots he takes every game, and you try to limit his catch and shoots. I thought he got 2 off. I'm not sure on the third, and then made him score over size. We're lucky. We have really 4 guys that can guard guards. Mark can guard anybody. Our 3 guards, and even at times we'll switch and Flip can guard them. But I think that versatility really helped, where it's not like there's a matchup. They can just go at it. We can put 5 guys on the floor that can really defend. And I thought overall we did a really good job on him tonight, playing team defense.
Last question here. First two possessions of the second half, you guys go to flip in the high post, flare screen for Jared McCain. There's a lot of great guard talent on this roster, but with Jared specifically, what does his gravity, his ability to move without the ball, open up for other guys? Like Mark got a couple of slips to the rim tonight off of screening for Jared.
It's it's a big thing for our team, and when you have a guy, even when he's not shooting or hitting, the other team is conscious of where he's at because he's that good of a shooter. And it's been fun. As a coach, you can be more creative with him and do some different things because he's so good without the ball and with the ball. So again, he got marked that dunk tonight in a lot of respects because you have to be aware of where he's at. And Jared, he's always a weapon, but at the same time, he's so easy to play with because he's not hunting shots and he's just so steady with his approach to the game. And the team had great execution on that first play, and then that's something we kind of played off the rest of the half. Okay, all right.